Hey everyone, I'm meteorologist Mark Collins with your surf update here for January 8th on a Wednesday. It has been a very flat year. As you recall, January 1st polar plunge looked nearly as flat as what it is outside today on this Wednesday. But obviously you're seeing a little bit of white water, and that's the northerly wind, which will turn more easterly, and gradually we're looking at an uptick in our surf. The forecast here does show more of a wind swell Friday into Saturday. Saturday will probably be the biggest and chunkiest, but Sunday morning will be the best because we're going to get offshore winds as a cold front approaches us, and then early next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll have long period ground swell coming into the area with light winds as well. Many of the buoys here around 2 to 3 feet, nothing very impressive, and there's really not much offshore to move in until those winds pick up out of the east. And what we're looking at is the surface plots here with a ridge of high pressure over South Carolina and Georgia. Now this will weaken, and a stronger ridge, in fact a pretty healthy 1041 millibar ridge, will stack up over the mid-Atlantic, and that gives us this easterly wind that starts to commence on Thursday, and this fetch will continue to blow through Friday and then into Saturday with more of a southerly flow coming up in advance of a cold front, which will be basically near the Louisiana and Florida panhandle. That front will weaken, but it could bring in some rain into the northern Gulf before it brings us some lighter showers Sunday morning. All right, so back to the surface maps. You're looking at these blue lines. Those are the isobars here, and as you can see, they're tightly packed together, meaning that Friday the winds will be picking up out of the southeast to around 15, and then on to Sunday the winds relax a bit as those lines spread apart, and we get more of a south and southwesterly wind flow in here. And the winds will continue light into early next week on Monday. And as far as the fetch goes, watch how it goes from like 4 to 6 seconds and starts to build to 9 seconds on Friday. So that means that Friday you're looking at 2 to 3 foot rideable surf with 8 seconds, fairly choppy, junky surf. But on Sunday it builds to around 3 to 4 feet, and then finally on that goes from Saturday to Sunday, where we get those winds relaxing and nice 10-second ground period coming in, with seas dropping off a bit to around 2 to 3 feet. But Sunday looks really fun, and the small scale waist high surf continues into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. This is the actual surf forecast showing waves only around 1 to 2 feet near shore, building Thursday to around 4 to 5 feet. And then finally on Friday, as those winds really start to ramp up, we see increasing surf, peaking Saturday offshore 13 to 15 feet out over the Gulf Stream, and that would push our buoys up to around 6 to 7 feet. But remember, Saturday that will likely transition to about 3 to 4 foot surf in the surf zone on Saturday, but it's going to be very windy with those southeasterly winds around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday though is my pick, and like I said, I think we're going to see the ground swells really kind of continue into early next week. So Sunday is when the swell starts to pick up as far as cleanliness. Into Tuesday we go next week. So finally some good surf around here after what has been a very flat start to the New Year's. This will be our first good swell as we head into 2020.